Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Cahill and welcome to my little corner of the writing universe. It is March, so you know what time it is. Time to prep for Camp NaNoWriMo. Today I'm going to be talking about my project, my goals and my prep for Camp NaNoWriMo in April. For those of you who don't know what Camp NaNoWriMo is, it is basically a choose your own adventure NaNoWriMo. You get to pick your project goal. You're not stuck with 50,000 words. You can pick 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 100,000 if you so choose to. You still have to track with word count. I'm not quite sure if they've changed it. You used to be able to track in minutes, in hours, in sentences, in lines, in all sorts of different ways. They got rid of that though when they changed the website, which we're still not happy about. But we're going to sign up today, so we'll see if anything has changed. Camp NaNoWriMo is the perfect way, I believe, to ease yourself into doing a bigger NaNoWriMo at the end if you've been a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? If you've been a little bit iffy about trying it in the past. So let's move right on to my project. I'm very excited for my project, this Camp NaNoWriMo. I told myself in 2020 that I was not going to write any more novels this year, 2021, because I wanted to focus on the novels that I already had. That's a little bit out the window. As this Camp NaNoWriMo, I'm going to be working on Abingdon House 2, which is of course the sequel to my middle grade that I wrote in November 2020. Abingdon House. I do have proper titles for all of these. I'm just not sharing them right now. So Abingdon House 2. This is the first time that I'm actually going to be writing a proper sequel that I have planned, which is a little bit daunting, to be fair, because it's like, you're really sure you want to do this, are you? But it's going to be fun. You get to revisit the characters. Not that I'm not already visiting the characters, because I am also currently rewriting Abingdon House 1. Stalled a little bit on that project, but it's fine. It's not a problem. Abingdon House 2. A crack is forming in Abingdon House. Between her new head duties, learning magic and finding time to see her friends, Hazel must figure out why the magical foundations of Abingdon House are failing and do everything that she can to fix it, before the magic fails and Abingdon House is no more. My goal for Camp NaNoWriMo, I was a little bit iffy about what goal it was I wanted to do. Because it's a middle grade, obviously middle grade does have a lower word count than, you know, the typical YA that I would write. But I very quickly learned that a small word count and me do not go together. As such, my rewrites for Abingdon House 1 are already, you know, in the 50,000s, and I'm not nowhere near finished rewriting it, so that's going to be a little bit higher than I wanted it to be word count wise. Oops. But I have decided that my goal is to basically finish Abingdon House 2 in April. I don't know how many words that is going to entail. Abingdon House draft 1, or zero draft as you would call it, is 45,000 words. Obviously the rewrites are a lot more, but let's go with our standard. We're gonna have a word count goal of around 50,000, just like in a normal NaNoWriMo, which is around 1,667 words per day, which is extremely doable. Yes? No. It should be doable if I focus and put my mind to it. I also have an unofficial goal of 5,000 words while I plan my YA paranormal fantasy, which is also a new novel. Yeah. Now, let's talk about my prep. How am I going to prepare myself and my story to fully write it nicely and easily, I should add, in April? To be fair, I don't actually have as much prep as I usually do for any Camp NaNoWriMo or normal NaNoWriMo, because I've sort of been spending the past couple of weeks already writing down all of my ideas, doing a little bit of research for everything that I'm going to need for Abingdon House 2. I do have 2-3-ish big things that I do need to do, which is going to require a lot of attention and a lot of focus, but it's something that I'm also very excited yet not quite excited about doing. First of those is making an official magic system. There are a lot of magical threads within Abingdon House, as in there's witches, wizards, mages, sorcerers, etc, etc. And I need to decide how all of these different threads, I think there's 8 in total, how the magic works, how they perform their spells, how they get taught the things, you know. So I'm gonna have to really sit down and figure that out. I'm gonna have to come up with like a whole curriculum for each of these 8 different threads, because part of Abingdon House is Hazel learning about all of these different threads. So that's my big number 1, trying to make all of these magics as distinct as possible while also sharing the same core and underlying magic use. It's gonna be fun and not so fun. I've got a lot of runes and a lot of sigils going on. So does that mean that I have to like come up with my own runes and sigils? Oh, maybe, damn. Why did I think of that? Now I'm gonna have to do it. The second thing I need to prep for April is my actual plot. I have a sort of plot. I have the main plot and I have a couple of little bits in the plot, but I need to sort of make it more detailed and make it more interesting and try and find some subplots to put in there for not only Hazel but for the other characters as well, which is probably going to be the easiest out of all of them to do. Third one obviously is I need to outline. The outlining method I'm going to be using this year is Katie Tastic's 3-act 9-block 27 chapter method. I think I got that correct, which I'm very, very excited about using. It's going to be brand new for me to outline in that way, but she's got some great videos on it, so I'm really looking forward to getting into the nitty gritty and seeing if that way works for me as well as, say, Save the Cat does. So I'm gonna have a whole video on that coming up as well, which I'm very, very excited about. So those are the 3 things that I need to prep: the plot, the outline, and the magic system. So we've got 4 whole weeks to do it. We can get it done. We can get it done. And of course, let's not forget my bullet journal Camp NaNoWriMo tracker that we also need to set up. I'm literally just going to be doing a calendar. Each of the boxes has a space at the top for me to colour in once that day has been completed. And in the actual calendar box, all I'm going to do is write down my word count for the day. 9 boxes for Katie Tastic's 9 different blocks that she has in her outlining method, which I'm just going to colour in once I have completed all of the work for that specific block. It was really awkward because I had to leave a lot of pages blank for my April setup before I could do my Camp NaNoWriMo tracker, because it has to be in April. But I'm not doing April right now, so do you see my dilemma? I changed the title. I didn't like it, so I covered over it. It looks like that now. So that is my project, my goals, and my prep for Camp NaNoWriMo this coming April. Let me know down in the comments below, are you participating in Camp NaNoWriMo this year? What project are you going to be working on? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Good thoughts and happy writing.